Very good morning, traders, and welcome to today's live market profile analysis by Tradeducation. And I'm Madhuram, and this is episode 104. So, before I share, today's live analysis, I'd just like to go through the quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. Okay. So the current time is 9:04 a.m. IST and the pre-market session is going on, and we will get the figures in about next 3 to 4 minutes. So during that time, let's quickly look at, where how the auction has developed and, what we can anticipate, based on the market profile charts. So let me quickly share my screen. And first, this is the daily chart of Nifty futures. And what I marked here is, I marked the potential gaps. So gap number one, gap number two, gap number three, gap number four, and gap number five. Okay. So there are prominent gaps. Also, there is a gap number six here, which I have not marked it. But basically, overall, there are six gaps, indicating that overall sentiments are pretty negative. Second thing to observe here is, a sort of one-time framing was seen, in the last four trading sessions, and then we had a sort of a pullback, and where the 20 EMA acted as the level of resistance. Okay, so currently what I'll do is I'll carry forward this as a reference from the daily chart. The 20 EMA is acting as the level of resistance. And second thing is, we have a sort of a trend line getting developed. So what can happen is there are stops, which are getting built at these three levels. Okay, so if the auction comes below, so let me clear this. So if the auction comes below this level, we might see a sort of a firecracker effect. Okay, so there are stops which are, first of all, we are seeing a sort of a trend line. Second is stops are getting built. Third is, there is also this trend line, but odds are less for the auction to reach high, because anyways the 20 EMA is still acting as the level of resistance. Oh, sorry. Let me delete this. So still, what I am able to see is some sort of choppiness action would be seen, and currently this is the level where, this is the last point of support or the demand. Uh, you know, uh, uh, so that some sort of choppiness action is seen, and the auction. So yesterday was a holiday, and the auction will open today, and a lot of people are anticipating that we will see, a gap up opening or a gap down opening, and to be honest, I don't know where it will open, but I'll be taking the trades, based on the market structure and based on the market understanding. So my plan today is, for trading today. So there is a trend line getting developed. So I need to keep a keen eye on this, because a lot of firecracker effect and a lot of stop hunts will be happening if the auction goes below the Friday's low. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is, the 20 EMA will act as the level of resistance. So that is the second reference point, which I'm, carrying forward. Okay. So apart from that, I'm not seeing anything more from the daily chart. What has happened here? Okay, so I think some issue with my charts, so I'll again reset it. So from the volume profile perspective, what we are currently seeing is, so let us just focus on the 4 or 5 day balance. So basically what has happened is, so this is the top of the balance, this is the bottom of the balance, and currently the auction has tagged both the value area high and the VPOC level. Okay, so if we see acceptance above this, the odds increases that, we'll be tagging the balance high. Okay, if we see a failure, then my first target will be taking a short trade with the first target of the VPOC level and second target of this LVN level. Okay, so if you see this, there is also a sort of a trend line getting developed from the 30 minutes chart. Okay, so now let me move to the market profile chart, and so from the bigger picture, what we see here is we are still trading in a bigger balance. So this is the balance 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is a 7-day balance, and second thing is, so there are multiple stops which are getting built around the lows. Okay, so these are the reference levels which I've marked. Okay, plus one of the things which I'm seeing is a prominent point of control reference level, or the today's high. Okay, so this reference level I'm not looking, or I'm not looking to take it forward. So let me just hide this, and so this level, what was the reason? Okay, I'm not able to recall, but so let me delete this reference level. But basically what I'm seeing is a sort of pullback happened at that level, so that's why I marked. So this is nothing but a rally high, so pullback happened, and the rally formed, so this is a rally high. So let me just quickly jump to the NSE's website, and let's see the pre-market open. So what we are seeing is 60 points, so a flat opening, so 9099 or 9100 levels. Okay, so let me close this. So 99099. Okay, so based on that data, what I'm able to see is we will be opening. So the auction is going to open around this reference level. Okay, so this is the reference level. So odds increases that we might see tagging the high of the Friday session, and then there are a lot of stops, or I would say clustered stops, which are clearly built around the highs of 15th of May, and the high which happened on the 21st of May. Okay, so now my reference shifted to the tagging the upside or the top side of the balance, because earlier I was anticipating that the a trend line sort of thing is forming. So this all will be getting cleared, but now I think this scenario has changed, and what now I'm looking forward is clearing the clustered highs which is developing at this level. Okay, so buyers still need to do a good job. So what we might see is, we might see a sort of a gap up around the highs. We might tag the high, some sort of sideways activity can be developing, and then some push is needed. Okay, so this is the what the I would say my analysis is. So the current time is 9:12. Let me hide all this drawings. Let me look at the VSA. Okay, so I'm not getting the delta order flow. I'm not getting the correct data. So we will look at crude. I think we are 3 minutes away. So let me just try and cover crude oil. So in crude oil, what is happening is, we are just sort of one time framing high, and a sort of compression stage is getting formed. Let me also add this data point. So this is the US session of yesterday, and we are just trailing, or trading around those levels. So not much clarity. I think let's focus on the Nifty, and also let me see from the pre-market session which are the stocks. So let me again hide this. So Nifty futures. So IDFC first. Okay. Bharti Airtel. Okay, so there is some new sentiment for Bharti Airtel of some crores of shares being sold off. So I will look at Bharti Airtel, and I'll also look at Just Dial. Okay. So let me put that in my watch list. Just give me a second, and also let me see if my trading terminal is working. So IDFC, no, just dial. And Bharti Airtel. Okay, so let me close this and let's look at where the auction opens today. Let me bring back. So the current time is 9:14 and we are just 30 seconds away. So we'll just see what happens. So I'm just looking at the charts of Bharti Airtel and Just Dial and see if there is any trading opportunity. Okay, so now if you see, the Nifty has opened around the highs. So let me clear this. So the Nifty has opened around the highs. Let me clear all this level. Let me delete this. So we are still trading in a bigger balance, and let's see what happens now. Okay, so now the odds increases of the highs of the 21st of May and of the 15th of May. Okay, so this is also a point of reference. Okay, and Nifty currently I'm getting alerts that it is tagging an HVN. So from the VSA chart, these are the two HVNs. Okay, where the major auction has developed. So both the HVNs are tagged. It means sequencing is currently going on. So more upside needs to be seen. And now if you see, the delta is also not giving any clarity. So let's just jump to the chart. Let me go back to the order flow and let us see the numbers. So currently there are only 8,000 contracts, which has been traded, 8,500. And now the buyers are stepping in, so a sort of stacked buying is seen. So buyers need to protect their positions. And now I'm logging into my trading terminal and I'll be placing my orders. So currently buyers are looking strong. The epoch level has been cleared. And also if you checked my Telegram channel, the high which was made on Friday, last Friday, there were about trapped buyers, around 1,000 of trapped buyers. So that's why this auction was cleared, and that that was also acting as the HVN. So odd increases to tag the high. So we are again around the HVN level. Okay, so delta is positive, 10,000 contracts. It is so 2 more minutes. So we are just the first 3 minutes, pretty big range. Okay, so good. So my terminal is working. So let me load my watch list and then let me put in my order. So I'll just wait for a pullback. So I'll be waiting for some choppiness around the yesterday's high, or at this particular reference level. Okay. So I'm thinking to go shorting puts. I'll just wait for another 5 minutes because still not getting any clarity. The buyers are not showing strength, and I'll be waiting for a pullback. So sellers are stepping in now. Now I'll focus on whether the auction tags the first 5 minute high or the first 5 minute low. Okay. And now the auction is trailing around the VWAP levels. Buyers are still looking strong, but I'm not getting any confidence yet to put in the trades. I'm just waiting for a pullback, and I'm looking forward to short puts. I've not done anything yet, just waiting patiently because I now want to see the strength from buyers. If we don't see, then this is a good shorting opportunity. So now we have to just sit and wait patiently. Okay, so now it is coming around the yesterday's high, the reference point, and now I'll be waiting to see what's happening because a lot of choppiness will be seen at this level. Okay, so now it is again going up. So now this close needs to be below VWAP. If it is below VWAP, indicating sellers have stepped in, and if it closed above VWAP, it means that buyers have stepped in. So not in any positions. Okay, so now it is coming within yesterday's range. So now sellers are stepping in. What's happening in Bharti Airtel? Okay, Bharti Airtel is coming down. So style is also coming down. So now if you see, it is chopping around the yesterday's high. Okay. Now I'm thinking that the low will be tagged if this does not happen, and if the auction again comes back above and above the yesterday's high, then I'll be looking forward to take a long position or short puts. So there is a resistance level which I'm seeing, and not much clarity yet. I'm just waiting for the market to play it out. So how many contracts traded in the first 5 minutes? 13,000 contract, and right now it's 7,000, so half of it. Okay, so 120 and 00. So odd increases to tag the low. So let's see. Let me just refresh the data if there is any lows or if there are any numbers. Okay, so the close is below. So now we'll be looking to take a short position. Okay, so I have shorted calls. Let's see. Let me look back to the order flow chart. Yes, so now I'm looking for it to tag the lows. Okay, so I did a quick scalp. I shorted calls. I shorted 9150 calls. So this is my trading terminal. So I shorted calls and made about 400 bucks. So this is what. So just sharing you guys. Okay, so I'm done with a quick scalp trade, but odd increases to tag the lows. So just a second. So some of the advantages of working from home is you'll get a lot of noise. So I'm sorry for that. And so is the low getting tagged? Yes. Okay. So now this was a good trade, a quick scalp trade, and now again buyers will try to step in. Okay. So delta is negative, it is tagging the HVN. So this HVN is acting as the level of resistance, and below VWAP. So now further more downfall is imminent. So let's see. So now the scenario changes is this will act as the level of support. So now what I am seeing is we might slowly trail, and around this level is where sort of pullback can be seen. Okay, or else what can happen is some sort of choppiness, and then we might again move out of the option. So prepare for some choppiness, and just see which scenarios is playing out. Okay, so now let me quickly go through crude oil. And as I shared in crude oil, it is heading in a state of compression. Okay, so a breakout on the upside, or there can be a breakout on the downside. Okay, so no clarity yet, and also the tensions of the India-China border, and the US and China wars, trade wars. So currently, my reference is going to be the high which happened yesterday. Okay, so this is the reference which I'll be carrying forward, and I'll be seeing whether the option is staying above, or it is whether it is coming below. If it comes below, I'll be taking a short trade. We're still above the VWAP, so wait for the option to come below VWAP. And if you see here, the option is above VWAP, whereas the cumulative delta is below zero line, or it's negative. Okay, so there is a sort of discord. So just wait for a clarity in terms of any direction. And from the order flow chart, the 279. So wait for the auction to trade below VWAP, because right now there is no setup, or there is no not there is no trade location for the moment. Okay, so with that, I'd like to end the session, and would request you to please do like, subscribe, and press the bell icon, so that you get notified for the new and upcoming videos. Also, I have updated my website, so if you're interested to take some of the course, so you can go ahead and you can check it out. And also, if you need any personalized training, so please do feel free to get in touch with me, and also check the description in this video, YouTube description below. Okay. So with that, I'm ending the today's session, and happy and safe trading. And so I'll be observing the references which I shared, and best of luck and take care, and yeah, bye for now.